So, how's it? And welcome to episode 37. Okay. Welcome to one and all. My name is Wooldiaries. Actually, it's not. My name is Sally. And I am Wooldiaries on Ravelry Instagram. And on Ravelry, there is a group called the Wooldiaries Podcast. So, I have no excuses. I have no reason. The boys are on holiday. It's been disgustingly hot, but I have no reason why I haven't podcast. So I'm not even going to give you one. I just haven't. So take today, for example. It's actually quite cool today. The low was 30 and the high was... The low was 30. The low was 13 and the high was 30, and I did not convert that. Hold on to your underpants while I convert this quickly. So I want to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So 13 is 55 and 30 is 86 today. But it's been up to 38, which is over 100. So yes, we've been melting. And last night we had a thunderstorm, and I was like, I didn't want to go to sleep. It was so late. And Matthew is doing early morning training, so he has to be at school by stupid o'clock. And I just wanted to sit outside and soak in all the rain and all the coolness. But I couldn't. I had to go to bed. And then, of course, when we woke up this morning, it was baking again already. So, yes. So, I want to say thank you to everybody who's contacted me on Ravelry and gone, are you still alive? Are you going to ever podcast again? What's the big idea? So, yes, I am alive. You know what it is? I've been doing a lot of secret gift knitting lately, and I can't show you. So I'm like, I've got nothing to show, so I don't wanna. Because I hate it when people go, and here is my bag with my secret knitting, but you can't see it. I'm like, really? That's so evil. That's so evil. Ugh. Anywho, so are you sitting comfortably? Because the 4-year wait has ended and Rugby World Cup has started. I know all the dogs have just walked into the room, so if you hear all the clicky, 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 it's the dogs on the wooden floor. And there's Sparky giving you his antenna. Sorry. Not sorry. Am I going to edit that out? No. If you don't know by now, I don't do the editing thing. So, Rugby World Cup, first round. Let's just get something clear. I've watched every single game. However, I do normally support the Southern Hemisphere teams playing because I'm in the Southern Hemisphere. So go Southern Hemisphere. But I am British, English, whatever you want to call me. So I do support England. Now, I am going to pretend that you have no clue, you haven't watched, you have interest because you were listening, or you know what, tough luck. Best you put me on mute and kind of figure out when I start talking about knitting, because there's a lot of sport that you've missed. So, let's start. I am only doing, I promise I'm not doing everybody, I'm only doing England and South Africa. Okay, so, round 1. Opening game, England against Fiji. Knock the living stuffing out of Fiji, England. Go Britannica. South Africa. Now, South Africa played their first game in the Brighton Community Centre Stadium. Now, Brighton is the closest city to where my dad was born. So it was also quite like, because my dad's family still lives, well, most of them still live in the area, and I don't know. We lost to Japan. Yeah. I spent a good time afterwards just in shock. I will say people were WhatsApping me and people were sending me emails, and I did not answer. I was literally just in shock that Japan beat us. However, it's come out in the media that they trained just for that game for this entire World Cup, and that game was their main focus, and it was to beat the Springboks. There was no other motivation going to the World Cup but to beat the Springboks. So job well done, Japan. Here in South Africa, we have a thing called Bok Friday. So on a Friday, you wear your Springbok rugby jerseys. I don't know why they call them jerseys, because they're not the t-shirts. They don't wear long sleeves anymore. They're rugby shirts, and the boys' schools do it. So on a Friday, they wear the Springbok rugby shirts on the top, and then they wear their normal uniform on the bottom. And Matthew came home and said, Mom, so we had a few like New Zealanders, and I'm like, wow, I'm surprised. Like, seriously, there is serious rivalry between South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. But anywho, and then one boy wore this first Friday since the game that they've been back at school that they've worn it. One boy wore his Japan shirt. I was like, he survived. He survived. He didn't get lynched. He did survive. But also, I said to my son, only at your school, because no other school would they have had the cojones to do that. Anyway, see, I can be like two waffles. So yes, one team won, one team lost. The second round, so this is the second set of games they all played. South Africa beat Samoa. Oh. And now I was sitting there, I was like, okay, we have to, because nobody is going to believe that we can lose 2 games in a row. We are such a big rugby nation, and we drive rugby so hard in this country, and then to have lost another game. So anyway, we beat Samoa, but England lost to Wales. So South Africa won and England lost. Are you sensing a theme here? Because it gets a bit annoying. So third round. Now it's crunch time for both my countries. They have to win their third round match, or they're going home. They're not going to make it through to the quarterfinals. Both countries. So both countries, South Africa played first and then England played second afterwards. There was 3 games on the Saturday. I can't remember the first one because I was too nervous about the next 2 games. Serious. Crunch time. South Africa beat Scotland. I was like, oh. We beat them. Now, Scotland is not what they call a minnow team. Japan and Samoa are minnow teams. They don't play as much international rugby as the big countries do. So you kind of expect to beat them, but the ones where like Scotland and Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, France, Italy to a certain extent, you expect those games to be harder because they do play more, and they're always at are you, aren't you, are you, aren't you, depends on what team turns up that day. So those ones were, it was quite And then England had to play Wales. Now, I'm going to take it that you know nothing. Wales is basically playing their B team because they've had so many injuries. The poor guys. It's like they look at the rugby pitch and they get injured. England lost to Wales. Are you saying? So again, South Africa won, but England lost. So with the loss to Wales, it meant England's fourth round game, which I'm going to talk about now, against Australia, is a absolute have to. Now, how am I going to say this without annoying people? I'm just going to annoy you. New Zealand's going to win this World Cup. And it will probably be a final between Australia and New Zealand or South Africa and New Zealand. The only way another country is going to win is if the whole entire New Zealand team gets gastro and they don't arrive for the match. Just saying. New Zealand are on fire, and they have been since even before the last World Cup. They are incredibly hard to beat. So now with that in mind, what am I talking about? Okay, I lied to you. So the third round, South Africa beat Scotland and England lost to Australia. Oh, I got all confused. England lost to Australia. First round, quick recap. England beat Fiji, South Africa lost to Japan. Second round, England lost to Wales, South Africa beat Samoa. You see, this is what happens when it takes me so long to talk to you guys. Third round, South Africa beat Scotland, but England lost to Australia. So at this stage, England is gone. They have no hopes of qualifying for the quarterfinals because they've now lost 3 games. They've only won 1. So, fourth round. Last week, should I say. Because some teams play on a Wednesday, Thursday, and then there's games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, you can't really say which week. I'm going to save the best for last. So, England played against Uruguay, and they won 60-3. I want to know, where were those players that played against Uruguay in the other freaking matches? Why did it take Stuart Lancaster so long to choose those players? Anyway, it's done. You can't change it. It's done. You know what I mean? It's done. So England did not make it through to the quarterfinals. So they basically, they are at home, so they've just gone home to their own homes. They're no longer training. They're finished. And they are the first hosting nation in World Cup rugby history to not have made the quarterfinals. No comment. So now, you're all wondering, okay, so that was England, Sally. Who did South Africa play? We played the biggest Northern Hemisphere country from a people, in this World Cup, from a people point of view, from a money point of view, from a resource point of view. First world country versus us, third world country, who are backwards and who live in the dark ages, who have load shedding because we don't have enough electricity for everybody, what else do we have? Who have the most appalling exchange rate ever. Do you know who we played yet? We played the States. And we took you apart. apart. We took you apart. 64-0. And if I sound happy, I am. Because if there's one country in the world that can throw more money, more resources, you've got more expats than anywhere else to source from. You've got more knowledge than anywhere else. You can get more knowledge than anywhere else is the States. The States should not be a minnows team. They should be a bigger team. You guys throw so much money at your sport. So much money. Yet your cricket team who goes to the World Cup, your rugby team that goes to the World Cup, and I'm not talking about your World Series that only people from the States participate. I'm talking about proper World Cups. I'm on my soapbox. Those teams don't get the backing that they should get. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. Love you all in America. Okay, so this weekend is quarterfinals. So South Africa are going to paint Twickenham green and gold with the Welsh players because we play Wales. Ha! Bring it on! Yeah, and there are other ones, but you know. Oh, New Zealand play France. Shame poor France is going home. And you know what? I can never remember the other two games. It is... Please hold while I check on the device. Alright, get a new phone, people. Remember last time I chucked coffee all over my phone? Well, it worked for like all of 2 minutes and then stopped working entirely. And no, couldn't get fixed, and so yes. So I was without a phone for a while. Okay, let's see. No, man, why are you showing me all of that? I don't want to know all the history. Okay, so South Africa play Wales. Don't know. Up in the air, to be honest. But I'll back my boys all day, every day. New Zealand against France. France, sorry, you're going home. Then another one I'm not too sure about is Ireland and Argentina. Now, they're both equally balanced, both equally matched. Don't know. Could go either way. The next one, however, I know. Australia against Scotland. Sorry, Scotland, you've got no chance. When it comes to South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia, those three Southern Hemisphere teams play so much international rugby and so much domestic rugby. Sorry, you just can't compete with them. You can't. So those are my predictions for the weekend. The only one I'll be bummed about is if the Welsh beat South Africa, which is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. So, rugby is finished. Now we start with my cricket boys. The Proteas are in India for a 70-day tour. Poor dudes. So they've played 3 T20 games, which is 20 overs. They've played 3 T20 games and they won them, not by a little bit, but seriously convincingly. I mean, I watched them and it was like, wow, amazing. Where these guys were during the World Cup when we always choke, I don't know. Anyway, they are now playing the ODI series and there's 4 games, which are ODIs, 50 overs each. I want to say a day, but it's not right. 50 overs, and India won yesterday by 22 runs. That's okay. There's still another 3. And then they've got test, which is 5-day, which is like watching grass grow afterwards. So that's cricket in a nutshell. Oh, there is domestic cricket and there is domestic rugby at the same time. But I'm not watching it because there's too much international stuff. There is also ATP tennis on at the moment. I'm not watching it because of the time zone issue. So I have no idea what's going on there. Formula 1. So we've had 3 races since I spoke to you last. We had the Singapore race, which was on the 20th of September. Vettel won it. Ricciardo came second and Raikkonen came third. So, Hamilton didn't even feature. Then we had the Japanese Grand Prix on the 27th of September, and order was restored. Hamilton came first, Rosberg came second, and Vettel came third. See, then now that's the order I expect, and I would like. Then there was the Russian Grand Prix on the 11th of October, so last weekend, and Hamilton came first, Vettel came second, and Perez came third. Rosberg had to retire. I cannot remember the other races. So, right, so with 4 more races to go until the end of the season, we have Hamilton on 302, we have Vettel on 236, and we have Rosberg on 229. Bum, bum, bum. So, after 21 minutes, my sport is finished. Sorry, not sorry. I love my sport. I love my sport. At the moment, my priorities are rugby, husband, children. Rugby, husband, children. Rugby. Rugby. Okay, rugby. So, what should we do first? Because I don't have much now. Okay, this is going to fly by. So sorry that you've had to sit through the whole thing to get a few things at the end. So let's see. I finished my Pains and Leaves hat by Ellie of the FO and Die podcast. And I love it. What did I do differently? I only did one thing differently. I didn't do as much rib. I know I showed you it was a work in progress last time, but now it's finished. And I love it. Oh, okay, don't ever try and do something. Oh, okay, and I'm already melting because it's 30 million degrees here. So there you go. There's the lace pattern. And I do love it. I do love it. It's made out of nurturing fibers. Super twist sock in the have no cooking clue colorway. No, it's not really called that. I just don't know. Oh, now I've got hat hair. I don't like a hat hair. I generally, if I wear a hat, I wear it all day because I can't stand hat hair. Sorry. Yeah, so that is my... It actually says in my last ones I didn't even cast it on. I was going to cast it on. So there you go. Was a whip. It wasn't even a whip, and now it's an FO. So there's the Pains and Lees, and it's by Elspeth Campbell, and it's $2 on Ravelry. £2 on Ravelry. Okay? So, during the rugby, I have very unsuccessfully tried to knit on stuff. The only thing I am successful at knitting on is socks. Did I show you September socks in the last episode? Please hold while I check my notes. Yes. Okay. So, I've made 2 sets of socks already. Sally, that's disgusting because you've had 4 weeks. And you can knit a pair of socks in a week. Yes. But I told you, it's hot. It's freaking hot. And what are my other excuses? I don't know. Okay, so it's hot. I'm sewing a bucket load of bags. So I've been doing that more than anything else. What other excuses do I have? Oh, and I've been doing all that secret knitting when I haven't been watching rugby. So, my 2 pairs of socks that I've done. Lots and lots of the waffling today. Holy! They're both, yes, they are both electric carnations. They are both sparkle. But one is gold sparkle and one is silver sparkle. And I know she calls them different things. And I can't remember what it was. And I'm so bad I don't have all my stuff here. I did not write any notes for these. Because I thought I could waffle without them. So my first ones are my Springbok socks. Dun, 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 dun. And I have two. Okay? Oh, I have two. No, I did not do anything fancy with the striping when it came to the heel. I just carried on regardless. I did not. They're full of sparking. I did not use the other side. I did not. You can see they're both different. My OCD doesn't worry about that. Oh, I did do something different. I did a different toe on this one. It's called the box toe. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I thought I'd try it. Oh my god, I love it. I haven't worn it yet, so I haven't done it again. But I'm going to wear it because, see, nice new socks to show you, not worn and nasty, stinky. And also it's been like 9 million degrees, so the last thing I want to do is put socks on. The less clothing I can wear, the better. So basically, all your increases are done in the middle. Ooh. And it creates a more rounded toe than the normal wedge toe, but not as rounded as a rounded toe. I'll show you Nana. So that's what I did there. That it's called the box toe. And I did try the heel and I messed it up. So I just got the muttering because I was watching rugby at the time, and I just went back to the fish lips kiss heel, and I will say I did mess that up as well, but I fixed that one by my own son. And I have a hole because I did it wrong. And so that was pair number 1, my Springbok socks. Now remember, these are all dyed by M at Electric Carnation. And this one's got gold sparkle in. Can you see it? I don't know. So there's that. Now the second pair I made are also from M, Electric Carnation. These have got silver sparkle in, and these are, what were these called? South African flag. Now, I want to be 100% honest with you. When I was knitting these, I did the first leg repeats and I went, I don't understand how this looks like the South African flag. And I moaned to Sally Jane because I was like, I don't know, Pinky Girl Knits, how this looks like the South African flag. And then she sent me a picture and I was like, oh. So on the South African flag you have a big blue stripe, you have a big red stripe, and then you have smaller of all the other colors. So small white, green, yellow, black. Okay, and it just repeats. But you have smaller stripes. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, it makes sense. So what I did on this one was I did, this is the rounded toe that I always use, 64 stitches. I'm sitting too close. And then I did a fish lips kiss heel, but I did it in a contrast black, which is African's expression, their soul. It does have merino in it, but it also has merino, of course. It's a merino nylon mohair blend, and it's fine. It's just for the heel. That was fun to do at night. Not in black, not. And you see, I have two. No. I've forgotten which way to go. So there you go. Two Kosa, 2 socks. So those are my faves. Apart from the ones I can't show you. And I really can't show you because the photos I took were on another phone whose camera was broken, so they came out seriously. So I seriously can't show you. So sorry. Hopefully the people that get them will show them, because they have podcasts. So, what has happened in my acquisitions? I will be at 100% honest, not much. And why? Because I've been buying all the fabrics and all the stuffs for all the bags. So, it was October. It was my turn to do the Sally and Sally sock clip. So, Sally Jane, Pink Hair Girl, and myself, we knit the same socks every month, and one of us provides the other one with yarn and goodies. So, it was my turn this month. So, I made us Halloween bags. Oh, I love a Halloween. So, I've got some. And yes, Sally Jane, mine is different to yours, because all the Halloween bags I made were different. Not one was the same. I've got witches and cats and a moon with a witch's hat on, and mine is orange inside and purple at the bottom. And Sally Jane's is, can't remember. I think it's orange on the bottom and green inside. I can't remember. So inside is our October yarn that we got. So I got it dyed by the amazing, awesome, go buy all her stuff, Yarn Stash PMB Wendy. Go buy all her stuff, people. Go on. Off you go. But I won't wait for you. Just off you go. So, I gave her an inspiration picture. She panicked. Love you, Wendy. Panicked. Sent me a, this is what I think it is. I was like, that's perfect. Replicate that so I can have 2 of them. Bonus. She nailed it, people. Nailed it. So, Wendy, you didn't send me a tag, so I don't know what yarn this is. Please can you PM me or bang me an email and just tell me what yarn this is, because you didn't tell me. And I forgot to ask you yesterday. Okay, so it's our Halloween yarn. And I have a... Hi. Oh, it's nearly time for me to go around calling people ho, ho, ho without getting it offended. There is our Halloween yarn. It is green and purple and orange and black, and it is without sparky hair. Awesome! Boom, 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 boom. And I have a and check out the heel go up. To be honest, the favorite part of my socks when I do them are the heels, because it just looks so different to the rest of the sock. Okay, sparky sock here, sparky here again. No, really. I look at that dog and he shits. That side. That's how, can you imagine how cool that would look if it was self-stopping like that? How cool would that look? Wouldn't want to dye that, but how cool would that look if that was the self-stop? So, I've got one. And can I just say to a certain person who's knitted a pair of socks, granted it's your first pair, and has made one, not a little bit, but a lot bigger than the other. First of all, I can say this because I admit I can't count. Counting rounds is a bad idea when you're making a sock, and relying only on that. Second of all, freaking measure. I still measure. I get intuitive. I measure about 25 million times when I get close to putting the heel in. Because the last thing I want to do is make a sock that's too small or too big. Too small because then Deacon will steal it. So, here's sock number 2. I did the heel last night, and now I'm going to zoom up the leg. And then that will be finished. See? Check out the heel. How cool does the heel go? Why does it do that, mate? It's like so bright until I show you something. It's so frickin' bright. So that is my October goodies. Now, Sally Jane's do... I almost forgot. Peoples! I went to I Love Yarn. No, I went to I Love Yarn afterwards, after I spoke to you last. And I bought me some new needles. They're the Knit Pro Zings. Basically, they're the Signature knockoff. Okay? But they're not as sharp as the Signature. So don't expect them to be sharp. They're not. They're not even as sharp as the Knit Pro, is it the Nova, the plain metal ones? Yeah, they're not. They're not. And that's fantastic for me because I suffer from serious eczema on my hands and I'm forever poking my needles through my fingers. And I've forever got holes in my fingers from them. So these are the bestest needles ever. See, I got 2.25. Each size is a different color. 2.25. And can I just show you? I want to get it. They've nailed it. I have now made, this is my third pair of socks on these, right? And if anybody knows the Knit Pro and the Knit is Pride, they're the same thing, just got different brand. Why? Don't know. Why can't you just call it all the same thing? Their numbers forever rub off. And then it's like, you have to buy their needle gauge to try and figure out. Very good for them. Not so good for us. So I want to show you. They have nailed it. Okay, Sally. But now you look drunk. And of course, now it's not. Oh, it is, but I've twisted it so you can't see. You need to, there needs to be like some sort of degree. Can you see that? Without looking at what? Can you see? No. Now I just dropped it all on the floor. I want to show you. I need to show you. It's twisting my knitting all around the needle, but that's fine. If I could, there you go. Can you see? I don't know if it's going to... There you go. That's better. See? 3 pairs of socks, people. So that is... I've done 5, 6 socks on this, and the number is still there. Now, it feels like it's stamped in. But when you're knitting your eyes, I don't realize that it's there. It doesn't catch. It doesn't... Freaking amazing. Now, the only thing I have with these needles, they only come in fixed circulars. They don't come in interchangeables. They come in DPNs, and they come in straights, and they come in fixed circulars. So, only problem I have. Well, I say it's a problem because that means I have to buy each size in each length. I think I'm going to ask Father Christmas for that. I'm going to put them all on my list. And I'm going to ask Father Christmas for that. Because I love these needles hardcore. Hardcore. I've got the 80s. I do my socks on 80 centimeters because I find 100 is just too much of the cable. I can't knit. I've got stuff to show. What am I doing? I can't knit. I can't. Oh, quick. Well done to all of you who have finished your mama vertebrae. And if you're still not, it's fine. Carry on. I want to see pictures, people. Pictures in the 3. Pictures, people. Pictures. Come now. You're slacking. So the second month, everything's falling off. The second month of my Electric Carnation, I haven't even opened it. See, my Electric Carnation sock club arrived. And this month it was Gradients. And her theme is National Geographic. So much of the tape, Em. Okay, I'm just going to stick that there and that there because there's so much of the tape. And it is Electric Carnation Twinkle Sock National Geographic Club, and it's called Sunny Surf to the Deeps and the Reef. And it is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. It's 100 grams and it's 400 meters or 437 yards. So, what we got is two little cakes. Because how else are you going to dye gradient for socks? People? Really? Of blue. Oh, they look like eyes. Oh, blues. And they're beautiful. Blue socks. I think after my Halloween ones, I need to make my other blue ball socks and then make these ones. And I got a mini skein. It's my blanket. Which we'll talk about just now. And then we got goodies. And the goodies were, okay, I told you it's about 1 million degrees, and which is why this hasn't been used, and I don't think it's going to be used for a while. We got we got hot chocolate, white hot chocolate. I haven't had white hot chocolate, so we got hot chocolate. And then we got a lovely blue tin, plain blue tin, with a stitch marker in, but I actually forgot mine fell apart. I need to fix it. So I'm not going to show you that. It's beautiful blue, stitch marker, but I need to fix mine. Then hubby says to me, not last weekend, the weekend before, he wants to go to, payday weekend for the boys. They want to go to the Irene markets. Now, who's at the Irene market? It's Esther and Marita. One of a kind yarns. Yeah. Those ladies be bad. So anyway, I went there and I was overwhelmed with what they had. And then I was talking to Esther and she said, well, I was wearing my purple and black lace white jersey because even though it's 9 million degrees, the Irene market is all under the shade. And if you stay in the shade long enough, I get cold. So I just had a normal, I didn't have a t-shirt, I had a tank on underneath. I call them strappies, because I've only got straps. And then I had my purple and black, and I was like, I love this. I absolutely love this. And Esther said to me, well, this is the last that Marita can get of this. And I have a horrible feeling I'm saying your name wrong. So, what does Sally do? Buys all of it. Because I have no restraint. So what did I buy? So it's all lace weights. It's all merino singles. 100% superwash merino singles. It's all 50 grams. And it's about, she says 190 meters, but I know it's more than that. She tends to go on the lower side. So I have a chocolate brown. I have one of those. I have, I don't think there's, no. I need to check, people. Please hold. Please hold. Your call will be attended to by one of our cheery peoples. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I have one of this purple. Can you see? Can you see? So I have one of those. I have two of this purple. And that looks exactly the same as the last one, but it's not. I promise it's a different purple. I promise. I have four of this. This is a dark purple. Oy vey, now the light comes when I'm showing you all the different colors. I have two of this. This is a violet purple, and again, they're all looking the same. And then I have two. Oh my goodness. So this is a bottle green color. And what I see on my screen is grey. I have those. Is that it? Yes, that was it. That was it, peoples. So, while I'm packing this all away, I can chat to you and tell you about what happens today. So, today, sock blanket madness. And why are you not following me on Instagram? Really? Really? Go. I'm not going to ask you twice. I'm joking. So it's an Instagram thing. It's not a club. It's not a knit along. It's not a crochet along. There's no prizes. Well, there is. You get crowned the official king or queen, but there's no physical prizes. Yes. So today you got to take a photo. Today's prep is, I've been doing prep because, and yeah, I've been telling people to do it, but have I been doing it? No. So I now need to go and do day 1, 2, and 3's prep today. First day was weave in as many ends as you can get in on that day, because weaving in ends makes moving forward easier. You're not fighting with them. You're not. Second day prep. Yesterday's prep was wind your yarn, because I know I lose steam if my yarn is not wound up, if I have to stop and wind up my mini skeins or whatever I've been given to add to my blanket. So wind your skeins, wind your mini skeins, make your balls, whatever, get it all together, get your needles, get your stitch markers, get your twit, whatever, so you can just go. Today is take your photo and post it on Instagram. Now people. I was asked 1,000,001 questions the first time I ran this, and I called it sock blanket madness. And I got 1,000,001 questions. I have a worsted weight blanket, or I have a DK weight blanket, or I have a chunky weight blanket. It doesn't matter. This is not for prizes per se, so whatever blanket you've got, whatever challenge you're setting yourself, if you set yourself a challenge that says, however many squares I do, doesn't matter, but all my ends must be woven in on them, or it must be joined to the blanket, or I'm just going to make the squares if you're crocheting them, or even if you're knitting them and then you join them at another stage. This is your challenge. No, I don't have a criteria. Yes, no, I don't have a criteria. It's up to you. I am not the police in this case. I am not the police. I find the more open you are, the more people will do it and the more encouragement we get. And I would like to thank everybody who participated last month with Sally Jane. I just wanted to say that because my phone was kabooted. So I handed it over to Sally Jane. Promise I won't do that again to you all. I promise. She was so hectically busy. But I won't do that. That's for making me jump off the ledge yesterday. My ADHD brain's gone. So, it is no longer sock blanket madness. If you hashtag only with sock blanket madness, I don't check that hashtag anymore. So please move it over to hashtag just blanket madness. That's what I wanted to say. So today is take your photos, and then from the 16th to the 24th is when you add as many as you can. 25th and 26th, because of time and blah, 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 take photos and post how many you added. I'm not interested in your total amount afterwards. I want to know how many you've added. I'm not adding. I'm not doing your math for you. I suck at math. Please don't make me math. And then on the 27th, I will crown a king or a queen. Again, it's not for prizes. It's for fun. It's for you. And oh my goodness, I just realized this is 50 minutes. So I'm going to stop waffling now and say, tot ziens. Have a fabulous week. And I hope I'll be back next week. Oh. And if you want to see progress, not on one thing at a time. Tot ziens.